Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to True Sim Productions. I'm your host, Winston Deal from the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook, ready to bring you guys race number 3 of the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. As right now we are underway in qualifying. Right now, Justin Coleman sitting at the top spot in the 14. Lap number 2, slower of his 2 laps, but he has scored P1 right now. As right there you see the times. Zach Murphy to the 2nd spot in the 29. But we are ready to go here tonight. Last week, we went to the new Smyrna Speedway. Brandon Elvis picked up the victory. Brandon Elvis 2 for 2 this season in the late model stock division. Has the points lead by 6 over Brian Gravel, who I don't believe is in our field here tonight. Because right now, Brandon Elvis goes to the 2nd spot. Chris Smith right here getting the green flag to start his qualifying run. Caleb Thompson jumping up to the 8th spot. We'll see where Smith goes to the 8th position, 1696, lap number 1. We'll see what he can do this second time around. As we've got about a minute 50 left in qualifying. Checkered flag for Smith. Moves up into the top 5, a 1693 for the 80 machine. 18 cars have taken time so far. We've got one more in the pits waiting to take a time. We'll see if he does. Thomas Grau in the 93. But definitely preparing for an exciting night of racing here at the Five Flags Speedway. So we'll watch around track. Connor Lee in the 8 machine. He's out on track, just practicing a little bit extra here before the race is over. He's already gotten his qualifying complete, just taking some extra practice laps before he hops out of the race car. But it'll be an exciting one here tonight. We've got 18 cars, going to be a lot of action throughout the field, and these late model stock cars race really good, especially here at the Five Flags Speedway. So we'll see what happens. As qualifying is coming to a close here shortly, Coleman gonna keep that pole position. He was the winner last night in the super late model division here. We'll see if he's got anything tonight. We'll try and bring him up into the broadcast booth here. Justin Coleman up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Alrighty. Well, we won last night in the super division. Tonight, you start from the pole. How do you feel?
Feeling pretty good right now. Pretty confident, but it's a long race and got a lot of tough competitors out there, you know. So, hang on.
Yeah, definitely going to be a long race. As you said, tough competitors. What are you thinking strategy-wise in this race? Are you going to come down and get tires, or are you going to try and hang on to that thing as long as you can?
Well, we're going to see. I did a little bit of practicing today, so I think tires are probably going to play a factor, but we'll see how many cautions we get and if it stays green. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna make a judgment call around halfway, and we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on your pole here tonight. You've got momentum coming into this race with the victory last night. Hopefully you can have a good finish. Good luck to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks, that was Justin Coleman, driver of the number 14 machine. He pops onto the grid right there in the 14. And we'll get the rest of our starting lineup on the screen. So on the pole, the 14, Justin Coleman, the guy we just talked to. Brandon Elvis, the winner of the past 2 races here in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. We'll see if he can go for 3 in a row here tonight. Zach Murphy rolling off from the 3rd spot. He finished on the podium last night in the Super Series. We'll see what he can do here tonight. Alex Hicks rolling off outside row number 2. Chris Smith and the 80 machine going to roll off 5th behind them. League owner Dalton Creech starts in the 6th spot in the 36 with your champ last season, Brian Voss, rolling off 7th. Caleb Thompson going to roll off in the 8th spot with Brad Carpenter back behind him. Brandon Kelly completing your top 10 in the 9. Kyle O'Danick starting in the 11th spot with the 71 of Adam Fulford next to him. And back behind them, it'll be Connor Lee in the 8 machine starting 13th. David Rogers 14th in the 13. Roland Collette in the 82 machine going to roll off 15th, and Justin Elvis is outside. Kevin Prettyman, Jeffrey Miller, and Thomas Grau going to round out our field as they make their way down the back straightaway. The lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. Justin Coleman, Brandon Elvis, the ECR teammates, going to lead the field through turns 3 and 4, and it's going to be in the hands of Justin Coleman. And we are underway here at Five Flags. Leader of lap number 1 is going to be Justin Coleman in the 14, but Elvis still trying to make something work up there on the top side. It's down the back straightaway they go. Here comes Brandon Elvis up on the top. Can he do anything? We'll see. He's getting runs built up here. He's got to run to the outside of Justin Coleman. Coleman going to be able to get clear, though, into the center of the corner, sliding up the racetrack. Here comes Zach Murphy in the 29. Murphy going to try and make it a 3-car battle here early. As they go down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Everybody in a line right there trying to track down the 14 of Justin Coleman. So far, everybody doing a great job hanging onto their race cars, keeping them all in line. We're 5 laps in here at the Five Flags Speedway. Brian Voss making a move on the inside of Alex Hicks in the 088 machine. There's a 5-car breakaway out front. Brian Voss trying to get around Hicks. Looks like he's going to be able to. So move Brian Voss, your champion last season, up into the 6th spot. Look up towards this front pack. They have really started to pull a gap in front of Brian Voss. See if he can close that deficit, but right now Dalton Creech, the final car in line, is trying to conserve that race car for the latter half of this race. Adam Fulford, Connor Lee battling for the 11th spot. Looks like the top side might have a little bit of an advantage, but that inside lane is just so easy to get the advantage going into the corner. You can just kind of slide up sometimes, but it does come at the expense of your tires. Still these race leaders up front in a train just waiting to see something happen. Everybody right there under a blanket. 12 laps in. Looks like there's small openings every now and then. See if anybody tries. Oh, here comes Chris Smith making a run of the inside of Zach Murphy in the 29. This will give us an idea of how easy passing is going to be here tonight. Looks like not very. He did kind of throw it in late there going into turns 3 and 4, but we'll see if he can get it done on the outside right here. Takes a peek up top. He's going to try and cross over the 29 machine. Look at that right there. Run to the inside. Here comes Chris Smith. Can he keep the momentum? Down the back straightaway they go. Smith inside once again. Up the racetrack a little bit. Contact there. Murphy slideways. They hang on to it. Murphy going to hang on to the 3rd spot as well. He came across the finish line right there. Pointed at the inside wall. Luckily hangs onto that machine. We saw just a slight little bit of contact right there. Might have been more entering the corner. Chris Smith really trying to get this 3rd spot here early on. As he's once again battling underneath Murphy. And look how far out your race leaders got as soon as these guys started racing. Definitely going to be important to make your passes quick here tonight, especially if we get green flag runs like we're seeing right here. Smith continuing to try and complete that pass up front. Brandon Elvis trying to make a move underneath his teammate for the race lead. Elvis trying to make it 3 in a row at 5 flags here tonight. So Chris Smith back to the 5th spot, or sorry, the 6th spot. Might have been contact there, didn't catch what happened. Just trying to get the points pulled up. But Voss underneath Chris Smith, that's for the 5th spot right there. Smith definitely must have had some contact, maybe with Murphy, or he got sideways. One of the two is up front. Battle for the lead. Coleman slipped up just a bit as, ooh, Elvis had a big slide off of turns 3 and 4 right there. Not going to be able to keep the run. But definitely an exciting one we've got so far here at the 5 Flags Speedway. Let's look at Dalton Creech making a move for 3rd in the 36. He's next to Zach Murphy. Ooh, there's contact there. Creech slid down the track a little bit. Looks like they're going to stay side by side through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Drag race into turns 3 and 4. Creech is going to try and carry the momentum off the corner. Gets a little sideways. Can't do it. Murphy's going to have the advantage for now. And if you look behind, here comes Brian Voss in the 55. As soon as these guys got side by side, he started picking up speed quickly. But Creech still trying to find a way around the 29. Last 2 times we've been to the 5 Flag Speedway, Justin Coleman has been the race winner here in the late model stock series. That was the stat I was trying to get pulled up there. But Coleman trying to make it 3 in a row. He's got Brandon Elvis applying a ton of pressure on the bottom side right here. We'll see if the 14 machine can hold it off up top. It's been hard to pass, but can Brandon Elvis change that here and get it done? Looks like Coleman going to keep the advantage for now. Up the racetrack a little bit. Definitely looking like that 14's becoming a little bit of a handful for Justin Coleman. You see it sliding out from under him a little bit. As these guys continue to battle. As, oh, up the racetrack. Might have been contact there. Elvis kind of blinked out for a minute. But up the racetrack, Justin Coleman goes. And new race leader at the stripe, Brandon Elvis on lap 32. Give him the race lead. Trying to win 3 weeks in a row here in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. Is Coleman behind in the wall, trying to get back up there. Meanwhile, we've got a hornet's nest for third. Chris Smith has gotten back around Brian Voss, and he's trying to get around Zach Murphy in the 29. As Creech is finally able to get around Murphy and get clear up off the corner. Here comes Smith trying to do the same thing. He's tucked behind Murphy. Here comes Voss on the bottom. Nearly 3 wide there into turns 1 and 2. Voss underneath Murphy here, trying to take away the 5th spot. Still battling right there. It's looked very, very tough to pass here this evening. Elvis is able to get the job done there around Justin Coleman. We'll see if anybody's got any strategy to alter that. So far, 37 green here at 5 Flags. Caleb Thompson now trying to get around Murphy in the 29. Looks like Murphy able to get down in line. But up in front of them, here comes Chris Smith trying to get back around Dalton Creech. Smith on the bottom. Just very tough to pass down low here, especially when that guy up top can just hold you down and run as low as he wants. Once again, Creech coming out of the corner right there with the advantage. It's got to be hard for Smith to hold that car without spinning it on the bottom. So a little bit of contact there through the center. Nearly even at the line, but I think we got to give it to Creech. As Smith gets ahead through the center of the corner that time. Good battling here at the 5 Flag Speedway. These guys have been doing it the whole race long and have not spun one another out so far. So everybody doing a great job putting on hard racing. Smith down low got loose that time. Lost the ground he made up on the bottom. These guys fighting very, very hard here for the 3rd spot. So here comes Brian Voss. Tried to take a peek 3 wide right there. Wasn't able to do it. Ooh, Smith loose off the door of Creech in the 36. Here comes Voss up to the top side. You saw Smith up into the outside door of Creech right there. Kind of backed him out of being on the inside. But he's going to have to start all over again as here comes Smith with a big run right here. Maybe a little contact. The 36 of Creech up the racetrack. Smith right back to the bottom. It's Chris Smith with the advantage at the line right there, I think. Here comes Brian Voss trying to take it 3 wide once again. Voss showing some speed here at the Five Flags Speedway. Smith still trying to get around Creech in the 36. A little bit more contact right there. It's a very good battle here, still going on for the 4th spot. Voss going to take a peek underneath Smith in the 80. Can he make it stick and drive around? Oh, into the wall. Brian Voss, hard hit. Caution flag is out. I am not sure what happened there. Looked like he might have not known about that lap car being up top. Thought he might have been clear. We'll take a look right here. Oh, wrong button. Let's try that again. You see, going through the corner. Yeah, it looks like he just, I think he might have expected Thompson to be up the track a little bit further. Just came across the nose. And a huge one here on lap number 45, just shy of the halfway mark. Look from up top. Yeah, just the slightest bit of contact right there. Big hit for the 55. Connor Lee also involved right there at the end. But a big one here on lap 50. A couple guys entering pit road here. Justin Coleman, Brandon Elvis. We'll see how many tires they want to take. These two are the first ones in. 2 tires for Coleman. Elvis had a long stop there. He's going to lose 2 spots. Not sure what happened to Brandon Elvis right there, but he is going to lose 2 spots on pit road. He was your USA Firearms halfway leader, though. But up front, back to the top spot, Justin Coleman, your pole sitter. Going to be back up front here at Five Flags. We're going to take a quick step away before we go back racing. We'll be right back here on True Sim Productions. I am your host, Winston Deal. We'll be back. We are back behind the iRacing.com pace car. The lights are off. We are getting ready to go green flag racing once again here at the Five Flags Speedway. It'll be Justin Coleman, Chris Smith through the Coleman Design restart zone, and we are back racing. Down into turns 1 and 2. Coleman going to have the advantage. He's going to be clear of the race lead. Here comes Chris Smith, though, trying to take over the 2nd spot. Dalton Creech down low, trying to take over the 2nd position. These two back battling once again. As Elvis thought about making a bold move right there to the bottom, thought better of it, pulled back in line, but he knows he's got to try and track down Justin Coleman as quick as he can to have the best kind of tires that he possibly can to pass him. It's still side by side for the second spot. Coleman got a pretty good advantage in front of your two race leaders. As we'll have 40 laps to go when we get back around. Coleman trying to make it 3 in a row here at the Five Flag Speedway. It looks like Smith finally gets an advantage over the 80 of Creech. Can he clear him off the exit of 4 right here? As Elvis is right there in the 54, ready to pounce. Creech going back to the inside once again. Ooh, Creech loose down low. Here comes Brandon Elvis up top now. Elvis in the 54 trying to take over the 3rd position. Elvis and Creech side by side through turns 1 and 2. Really good racing here at Five Flags. We've seen a lot of this so far today. I'm sure we're going to see more to the finish. It looks like Elvis going to be able to get the advantage, and he is clear for the 3rd position. Now he's going to try and set his sights on Chris Smith in the 2nd spot. Here comes Connor Lee underneath Dalton Creech. Creech might be having some trouble with that race car. We saw him get up into the wall, and we definitely saw him get loose a couple times underneath Chris Smith. The tires might not have liked being side by side for that long, especially how much he was having to turn down off the corner. Creech going to fall back to the 5th spot and maybe even lose that spot to Zach Murphy in the 29. Back up front, Justin Coleman's got a 1 second advantage over Chris Smith and Brandon Elvis. We're getting close to 30 laps to go here at the Five Flag Speedway. We're gonna have to see if anybody can get anything in this final little Saturday night short track feature. As the battle's starting to heat up for the 2nd position. Brandon Elvis has closed that gap, and he's starting to put pressure on the back bumper of the 80 of Chris Smith. Elvis is right there, but it's very hard to pass at Five Flags this evening. Hard to pass at Five Flags in general, but it seems like these guys just having a hard time making that bottom lane work. You almost got to hope for a mistake out of the guy. And here comes Brandon Elvis trying to make the bottom lane work. He gets the run underneath. He's going to be in the position at the line. Can Chris Smith do anything to hang on? Or are his tires gone after that battle with Dalton Creech? Elvis to the 2nd spot. He is clear into 3. Give Brandon Elvis the 2nd position. Here comes Connor Lee in the 8. Trying to take that spot as well. So now Brandon Elvis sets his sights on race leader Justin Coleman. We've got 27 laps to go here at Five Flag Speedway. We will see if Elvis can track down Coleman. Right now, Smith and Lee still battling for the 3rd spot. Those two still battle. Creech and Murphy side by side behind them as well. We got battles all over the racetrack here at Five Flags. Lee trying to inch ahead in the 8. Looks like he does. Might have been contact right there. Here comes Zach Murphy trying to take the 4th spot from Chris Smith. Looked like there might have been a little bit of contact right there with the 8 and the 80 machine. Couldn't really tell. Connor Lee kind of blinked out a little bit. But the 80 definitely shot up the racetrack. And he's now battling with Zach Murphy for the 4th spot. Because that last time around, Elvis was the quickest car on the racetrack. We'll see if he can track down Coleman. He's got 23 to go. Not a lot of time. And you look at that 1.4 second advantage. He's really got to hope for a caution. .21 laps to go. Zach Murphy underneath Chris Smith. 20 to go at the line right there. Smith into the wall. He's done a good job holding the 29 down and keeping that advantage on the top side. Look back up to second place, Brandon Elvis. He's trying to track down his teammate Justin Coleman. I just don't know if he's going to have enough time here. Not too much quicker. Definitely not enough to get there in these 19 laps. He's going to need a caution flag unless Coleman starts to make some mistakes there in the 29. As Smith is still battling here with Zach Murphy. I'm pretty sure Chris Smith has had somebody next to him this entire run. Oh, into the corner, a little bit of contact right there. Looked like disagreement on space, but they both keep it in the right direction. Just battling hard right here for the 4th spot at the end of this one. Yeah, 16 to go for Justin Coleman. Right here, battle for the 8th spot. Kyle O'Danick in the 21 up top. Here's the field into turns 1 and 2. Really spread out. We are going to start seeing some lap traffic here for your race leader. Couple cars out back with some damage. There is race leader Justin Coleman. You see Justin Elvis in front of him. And some other cars as well. He may catch them here with 13 laps to go. But Justin Coleman trying to seal the deal. Pick up the victory here at Five Flags, trying to sweep the week. Brandon Elvis did last week at the New Smyrna Speedway. Can Justin Coleman bring it home here tonight and do it at Five Flags? We're going to find out. He's got 10 laps to go at the line. The gap has gotten bigger to Brandon Elvis in the 54. Justin Elvis here going a lap down with 10 laps to go. Coleman just trying to hang on and get everything he's got. Dalton Creech trying to move up into the top 5 here late. Underneath Chris Smith in the 80. Ooh, a little contact right there. Across the stripe. Looked like Creech might have pushed up a little bit. Into the 80. We've got 5 laps to go. Here comes Thomas Grau underneath Chris Smith, trying to take over the 6th spot here late in this one. Grau from the 19th starting spot all the way up to the 6th position here at 5 flags. Connor Lee up 10 spots from the 13th place starting position he had. And up front, Justin Coleman has opened this one to nearly 2.5 seconds. 3 laps to go for Coleman, who's a former champion here in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. Trying to win again here at 5 flags. Popsicle sticks up in the air. 2 laps to go. And Justin Coleman, hang on. He's got a big gap. It would take a lot here to take this victory from him. The white flag is out for your race leader, Justin Coleman. He started on the pole here this evening in the 14. Led for a while in the beginning of this race. Then Brandon Elvis, his teammate, got around him. Caution came out around the halfway point. He came down pit road, got back around, and wins here at the 5 Flags Speedway. Justin Coleman picking up his first victory of the season in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. His 3rd straight victory in the All-Star Racing League Late Model Stock Division at 5 flags. 3 in a row. That's pretty crazy. He won last night in the Super Series. He wins again tonight. This man is on a roll. He's going to burn it down. He's going to try to. About to grab the wall right there. He's got to keep it pretty for the picture. But Coleman going to burn it down here at the 5 Flags Speedway. Came down pit road and snuck out ahead of his teammate Brandon Elvis and never looked back from there. Did a good job hanging onto his race car. He got pretty loose a couple times there. Definitely could have went sideways, but Coleman hangs on to it, gets the victory here at the 5 Flags Speedway. We're going to take a quick step away here on True Sim Productions. I'm your host, Winston Deal. We'll be right back with a word from our top 3 before we wrap things up here at 5 Flags. Alrighty, folks, we're back here on True Sim Productions. Let me get the right screen up for you guys here. There we go. Ready to grab a word from our top 3 finishers, starting with first, our 3rd place finisher up in the broadcast booth. Connor Lee, you got a copy? Connor, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got you.
Alrighty. Well, tonight you started in the 13th place spot. You worked your way up slowly through the top 10, and you ended up in the top 5 there on that last restart, and worked your way up through the top 5 and ended up in the 3rd place spot. How do you feel tonight?
Yeah, pretty pleased with it. I kind of joined late, so didn't get much practice, which obviously didn't qualify where I wanted to, but kind of slowly picked them off. It was tough to pass, but I felt like I was okay, and then I, of course, decided to take 2 tires again just because I knew I had to get some track position if I was gonna make anything happen, and thankfully we were able to hold on and end up 3rd.
Yeah, 2 tires definitely looked like the play here tonight. Track position huge all night, very tough to pass here at the Five Flag Speedway. Made a heck of a climb from 13th to 3rd. Is there anybody that you have to thank that helped get you all the way through the field tonight?
My man David Rogers, and our podcast there, Chicken Bone Alley, he told me about it, and we were in the Discord, just kind of talking through race strategies and stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just I'm glad to come out, have fun, and end up with a pretty good result.
Yeah, definitely nothing to hang your head about here tonight. 3rd place from the 13th spot. Good run to you here tonight. Congrats, Connor.
Appreciate it.
Alrighty, folks, that was Connor Lee, driver of the number 8 machine. Now for our 2nd place finisher, the first time this season that he hasn't been in victory lane in the Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. Brandon Elvis, you got a copy?
Hey, Winston, what's up, buddy?
Well, 2nd place here tonight. You took the lead from your teammate Justin Coleman around the half, or I think it was lap 31, something like that. And then halfway mark, the caution comes out. You come down pit road in the lead. You took 2 tires, but maybe you had a little bit of trouble entering the box.
No, it gave me a black flag coming to pit road, and I guess it just, whenever race control wasn't able to clear it fast enough, it kind of held me for a second or two before it got cleared. So that put me out 4th. I mean, that's part of it, I guess. It's kind of an unlucky break there, but it's okay. Coleman drove a smart race. He deserved it. I burnt myself up trying to catch back up to him there, and he was able to just check out and hit his marks, and he did a great job. Maybe we can get one next week.
Yeah, definitely a tough break there and a tough way to end the winning streak you had. iRacing, you know how it can be with their silly penalties all the time. Something crazy happens, but still a great result for you here tonight. You were able to rebound. You started in the 4th position, got around those 2 guys quick, and thought you might have had a car for Coleman, but like you said, kind of burnt the stuff up. But still a great result. Is there anybody that you have to thank, help you on the podium here tonight?
Yeah, my wife, my mom, my dad, Coleman Design, Barry Elvis Performance, Chestnut Hill. They do a lot for us. Barry Elvis Performance. I don't know. I'm loopy today. Sorry. Shock Out Racing Performance, Coastal Performance, Elvis Coleman Racing, my teammates, BH Homes Construction, Gibbs Brother Construction, and Park Brothers Winneton, and you for doing this for us. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. It's always a fun time up here in the booth. And speaking of fun times, next week we go to Langley. Definitely a track that I have circled on my calendar. That's going to be a fun race here in the late model stocks. What's your thoughts going into that 125 lap event?
I'd probably use the same marker you did to circle it. I love Langley. It's slick, flat, and it's my kind of racetrack. So hopefully we can go do good there.
Alrighty, awesome. Glad you have the same opinion as me on Langley. It's a rather unpopular track, I think, in the iRacing community, but definitely going to be an exciting one next week.
Yeah, man. Nobody likes slick and flat. That's my favorite kind of racetrack.
Yeah, me too. I'm on the same end of the spectrum as you, but nonetheless, great run here tonight. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thanks, man.
Alrighty, folks. That was Brandon Elvis, your 2nd place finisher. And now to grab a word from the man of the hour 2 nights in a row. I'm going to talk to this guy up in the booth in Victory Lane. Well, your teammate just ran you over. Must have not been happy about that end of the race, but Justin Coleman, Victory Lane, how do you feel?
I'm sorry. Why the spotter was telling me I had damage on the front end.
Of course. But great run here tonight, Justin. You qualified on the pole. We talked to you at the beginning of the race. You said you had a plan, keep the tires on it. Looked a little bit squirrely there about midway through that first run. Elvis got around you, but you got around him on pit road and didn't really look back after that.
Yeah, I was completely driving 3 and 4 wrong. I was coming off of 4 pretty much sideways every lap, so it burnt that right rear up pretty good. And then he got a nose under me, and I had to run the top 3 or 4 laps, and that didn't do it justice either. But luck fell my way again, man. We got a caution right when we needed it, and I know Brandon hated to see it because, man, he probably would have half-tracked everybody, but you take them when you can get them, man. So came in, got some fresh rights, and somehow beat him off a pit road, and it worked out. So I'm thankful for that, and it was a good race. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race. There was a lot of side-by-side racing throughout the field, and it looked pretty tough to pass out there. You kept track position the whole day, so you didn't have to face it as much as others, but definitely a great run for you here tonight. End up in Victory Lane a second night in a row. I actually looked up a stat, too. You've won the last 3 races in the late model stock series at the Five Flag Speedway, so we can definitely call you the king here down in Pensacola.
I'm telling you, man, I love this track. It's one of my favorite tracks. So when I seen it was on the schedule, I went with my marker and just went on and marked it down. So I'm pretty pumped to come here every season.
Yeah, it's definitely a fun track. One of my personal favorites as well. Just a lot of character, like you said earlier on, running 3 and 4 wrong. It's so easy to do. It took me probably 6 months of iRacing. I mean, that's past rookies. 6 months of solely running supers at Five Flags to figure out how to run this place. But congratulations to you here tonight. Anybody that you have to thank to help get you another victory?
Yes, sir. WD Broadcasting, you do a great job as always. Thank my teammates at Elvis Coleman Racing, a great group of guys. They always fun to run with and always give good advice and always there to help. Run down my sponsors, Barry Elvis Performance and Fabrication, B.A. Combs Construction, Gibbs Brothers Construction, Parker Brothers Window Tinting, Coastal Performance, Shock Racing Performance, Chestnut Hill, the restaurant, Gibbs Brothers Construction, and Coleman Design. And shout out to a teammate, Brandon, man. It's always fun running door to door with him. He always runs me clean, and it's always a blast to race with him. So that was fun. But I appreciate it, brother.
Yes, sir. It was definitely a fun race out there tonight. Looked like a lot of fun from up here. Can't imagine how it was in the driver's seat. But nonetheless, congrats to you once again on another well-earned victory here at the Five Flag Speedway.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it a lot.
Yes, sir. Alrighty, folks. That was your race winner, Justin Coleman. Getting ready to wrap things up here at the Five Flag Speedway. Next week, we head to Langley in both the Barry Elvis Performance Fabrication Super Series and Chestnut Hill Late Model Stock Series. And then after that, Myrtle Beach before the All-Star break. Or sorry, South Boston next week. What am I looking at? How did I get this wrong the whole entire broadcast? Anyways, we'll get the schedule up here so you guys can actually see it. What the official schedule is. For some reason, I was thinking we were in week 4, not in week 4, but South Boston next week, Langley after that. So we will have Langley in the future, but South Boston, Langley, Myrtle Beach, All-Star break, and then the rest of the season. But I think that's going to wrap it up for us here at the Five Flag Speedway. Thank you to everybody who came out and watched this evening. It was a fun one. We can't wait for the next week, and can't wait for tomorrow night on the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook. Make sure you guys tune in for race number 4 of the Leave the Pack 2024 Street Stock Showdown. Gonna be a fun one. But I think that's everything I've got. Thank you to everybody who sponsors the All-Star Racing League, as well as True Sim Productions and the WD Broadcasting Network. We all appreciate it. But I'm going to get off of here before I really can't talk. But till next week, I'm your host, Winston Deal, from the WD Broadcasting Network on Facebook. Till next week, peace.